I missed the button.
Are you serious?
No.
No, wait, are you being serious?
No.
Right, okay. So, guys.
Surely you can't be serious.
Don't call me Shirley.
Did I nail it?
No.
I think I nailed it.
So what I need you to do is when I say go, I need you to describe your favourite television show. But
What?
we're all going to do it over each other.
What?
You heard me?
Why television show?
Because the intro involves us watching TV.
That sounds like a really terrible intro.
I don't have a fit. Wait, do I watch TV? I have a TV.
Like, I wouldn't say I have a favourite. I like a lot of stuff, but I wouldn't say I have a favourite.
Game of Thrones.
I like it, but it's not my favourite. See,
Yeah.
I do really like The Walking Dead, but I wouldn't say it's my favourite.
Just yell zombies.
Zombies, 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 humans, 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 zombies, zombies, zombies.
Bay, Blade, theme, song, lyrics.
Right, he's ready.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1, go.
Zombies.
In the
zombies,
year
I want to be
zombies,
the
zombies,
very
zombies,
best.
zombies,
No one ever
zombies,
was.
Bob Saget.
Catch them is my real test.
Zombies,
Between them
zombies,
is my
zombies,
cause.
The series
Eat
begins
God
in
to get
2005
back
when
up
Ted
again.
Ross
That's baby.
And then Nick stole the show.
Nick, I don't think you can't just speak of Beyblade.
Hey man, at least I was singing the start of the Pokemon song.
Yeah, you know what? That's plenty.
Brothers and sisters, welcome to the Not So Super Bash Bros presents Game Club for January 2018. Yes, we are back with Game Club after taking a wee break for the Game of the Year stuff. But we're back, Game Club, the monthly video podcast review thing where we take turns picking a game, go play them for the month, and come back and discuss them for your listening pleasure. This month, it was Hand of Fate 2 by Defiant Development, the roguelike dungeon crawling action game originally released in November 2017. And as always, I am the Joker of the pack, Mr. Nick Davis. Joined as ever by the Jack of all trades, Mr. Hans Davis.
Happy New Year.
The Queen of all our hearts, Mr. Alex Proudfoot.
Why the queen? Why can't
And
I
the-
be the king? Because there is
And
a
the
king.
King of Games, I.Y. Chuck.
Yeah,
It's time to. You know what? That intro is better than this game.
Jesus Christ.
And as the king of games,
Spoilers, man.
Yeah, fuck.
Yes, Hand of Fate 2. Alex, you picked this game.
I did, yes,
Why did you pick Hand of Fate 2?
because I thought it was going to be good.
Spoilers. Oh,
Okay, sorry. It intrigued me.
the concept intrigued you because
So,
it's an interesting concept.
As always, we'll discuss how far we played the game. But first I want to ask, did anyone play the original or just me?
Just
Just
you.
Yeah, because I played the original because I think I got it free on Xbox Gold 1 month. And as Alex said, the original had more or less had the same concept of game, and I thought it looked intriguing and played it, and I enjoyed the first one for what I played of it. And for this one, I think I got about halfway through the game, if my number of towers are correct. Hans?
I also got halfway through it.
Alex?
I think I got just over halfway through it.
And Iowa.
like a quarter, maybe.
Fair enough. So, as always, I've broken this down into 3 sections.
Nick, what are those 3 sections?
Gameplay,
Great.
setting,
Love it.
and would this work as an actual card game?
Wait, what?
Yeah!
That's a section?
I You know what? Fuck it. It's original. Let's do it. I am on board.
Alright.
Ugh.
Well, do you want to do that section first?
No.
Yes,
we
it
need to
would.
discuss the game first.
Yes, it would. Right, moving on to the next section.
As you reminded me, this is a video game show. We talk about the video game bit first.
We have. We just described it. So
And TV shows, apparently.
Yeah!
No context.
Beyblade. I'm gonna have to put that entire bit in for people to get that joke.
That was really dumb. So yes, we will start with gameplay. The kind of basic gameplay loop of this Hand of Fate is you are essentially playing a game with a dealer, and as you progress, he essentially gives you a different mission each time you load into a level. And he will essentially lay out a map of cards that each has, say, like a different scenario on them. So like, oh, you encounter a burning building. Oh, you encounter some bandits. Someone pickpockets you. And you essentially work your way through different stages made up of these cards, going through them, playing out the different scenarios. And there's occasional like Arkham-style combat thrown in every so often. And there's chance games. You have to like, say, roll a dice, beat a certain number, pick a certain card.
Spin the
And
wheel.
Spin the wheel. So yeah, that's kind of your basic gameplay loop.
land that stupid laser pendulum.
Yeah, like the light metronome.
Oh man, that was the easy one.
Nah.
That one was at least pure fucking skill.
I think they caught, like, I'm sure in like 5 minutes time this will turn into slagging the game off, but I do think the concept is really, really interesting.
I'll tell you what. I enjoyed it right up until the strength challenge. And once I got to the strength challenge, I hated the game and everything it stood for.
I am similar, except it was the lovers challenge that really put me off. To the point where I actually tweeted my rage about it.
For all 10 of your followers.
We have... No!
You guys
fuck
have a lot of
I gotta-
followers.
Yeah, fuck you. I want to tell you what my follower count is right fucking now.
Oh, wow.
1,562.
Fair enough. Yeah, I do think, like, the idea behind the gameplay is, I think, really cool. I think that, like, the whole card game aspect, making up a map of these random scenarios is a really cool idea. I just think it's done poorly in execution. I think there are some things they could really do to improve, like, small quality of life things. Like, if I've encountered a scenario before and I've gotten the token from the scenario, why not just highlight the best quote-unquote path? Because I'm going to pick that one anyway. Because it's going to give me the best reward. Why not just, like, highlight it for me and say, like, I know I've done this before?
Yeah, like a game like this does kind of like live and die on the randomness of the cards, and I feel like there isn't enough variety especially for the length of the game.
I
like-
know all about that, Hans, because let me tell you. The strength challenge, I don't think any of you hit it.
No, I don't
What
think
was
I
it
will.
again, sir?
That's the one where you start with 10 health, and
Oh,
food
yeah.
does not
Oh,
heal you.
fuck yes! When you're like attacked at the side of the road or something at the very start,
Yeah.
or you wake up and like yes,
An
oh my
ogre
god,
or
yeah,
something you.
yes, fucking hell, that was diabolical.
Every time I did that, the second card, which you have to go on to, was a fight. Every time.
yeah, oh,
And if you win the fight, you have to roll dice, and you have to get 15 to get loot. So I just found that so annoying, because I could go through the combat, fine, get out of it, and not get anything for it.
So you briefly touched on it. The combat is it's Arkham style combat.
yeah.
My issue is I think the combat is so slow. Like, compared to something like a Batman, like, you're not snapping to enemies or anything like you kind of would in a Batman game. It just feels like it's playing at half speed almost.
I didn't mind the combat. I feel like the combat was, to me, sufficient enough that if I went into a fight, I was kind of okay with it. I never felt, oh fuck, another fight, here we go. To me, that feeling of, oh Christ, here we go, came from, I think, like Alex said, maybe the health management is maybe a good way to put about it, because the traveling of like between cards and stuff, and then the food rationing and stuff, I feel like the health management was a lot more, almost more complicated than it needed to be. Like, why did you have to eat food? Why did you have to eat food when you were moving cards? And why not just let it be kind of like your health source? Like Horizon Zero Dawn, Nick. You know the way you have the medicine pouch and then you can use that as like as a healer? Why not have your food be like that? You know what I mean? Like, if you need to use it, you can use it, but you're not forced to heal automatically by moving cards. That's where my frustration came in. But I thought the combat was fine.
I got that frustration from the combat.
Really?
Not because like you know, as you said, it is perfectly fine, right? You know, as a game, the combat is fine. The problem is, you know, you're constantly going like back and forth between these load screens, only to enter like the same square arena, and it just gets very dull very quickly. So it does.
It is repetitive, and like that is what this game's biggest fault is the repetitiveness.
Yeah, like,
for a game that relies on randomness, it is very repetitive.
Yeah, like because the whole thing about this game, and I don't agree with the ones I've said so far, that it definitely has an interesting theme. Okay, so the whole thing is that as it is tarot cards, it's like, you know, you're kind of picking your own destiny kind of thing with all these cards, right? But then the problem is, unlike other kind of pick your own adventure things, they're not intertwined. Like, so say, you remember, like, one of the early ones is like, oh, you're going up this mountain to, like, the shrine. Is that the priestess one or something? Where you get all the things?
Yeah.
God.
But then it's like, oh, I can put this burning building card in it. And it's like, you know, it's kind of defeats...
Oh, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
The connection.
Been hit by, like, 3 blizzards, and, oh, look, a friendly innkeeper.
Yeah, like that was one of the things I think I said to Nick was like, oh, we're fighting this way up this mountain. Oh, look, a pie cart.
Look, man, you never know where you're going to make your best sale.
I have to say, that priestess one was where I did all the follower missions because of the blessings. Because there was no reason to put them anywhere else when I could go there and get, like, 6 buffs.
That was a weird thing, that one, actually, because that's another thing, actually. Why... I don't understand the point in why some of the missions have varieties of completion. Like, the game is long enough without needing to put... like, you know, where you can get, like, silver and gold?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, the game is long enough. It's too long, in my opinion. But the game is long enough without the ability to go back and replay missions.
I think the 2 tiers are a bit crazy sometimes. Because for the Find the Assassin mission, you get the basic token for finding the assassin, and then you need like...
And you need all the clues.
Yeah, you need 19 clues, and that means you need like 90 gold at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the mission I'm on, actually. Thinking about it, that's the one I'm on.
Yeah, you need 90 gold at the end to buy the clues from each person.
My only issue with a lot of the gold, like the gold completions, seems to be they would be near impossible to do on your first try. You need to know what's actually going on to kind of get them, which I feel like is a bad way of implementing things like that. Like, I feel like if you need to actually be going into it thinking, okay, I need to save up, say, 90 gold, then you're purposely making people replay that level rather than your completion objective being just there for, like, it's just something you can do as you go through the level. Like, you're making people needing to go in with that prior knowledge to actually hit that objective.
Well, I found it like it contradicted the token mechanic, because you go into a level with the aim to get both the gold and silver, and to do that you need to bring cards that you know rather than the token cards, because the token cards would actually just stop you progression.
Yeah.
So it was, because anytime I wanted to actually get a token, I would just go to the priestess level, because I didn't see the point in putting it on a level I hadn't done before, or a level the next level I was struggling with, especially that strength one, because God help you if you're trying to do any tokens on a strength one.
So I will say that objective stuff was not in the first game. The first game you were going through 4 suites of cards, so I think there was 12 levels. That would be where you had a Jack, King, and Queen of 4 different suits, and that was just the final boss of the level. You would just make your way through different lengths of levels until you hit that sweet card, essentially, and then you would just go do it again. Like, there was no idea of these different objectives. Every level essentially ended the same way. So I think that is it's a smart improvement to actually try and differentiate what you're doing in some of these in some of the missions.
Yeah, and I think actually, like, the turret, the kind of each challenge and turret itself is actually, I think it's short enough that you can blow through one of them in like 15-20 minutes. And I think that's a really clever choice as well. They're kind of just bite-sized challenges. Too bad that there's too many of them.
Yeah, they're kind of more like a, like a game, like a skull in Halo. They're kind of like that, where it's like the main game is actually the other cards you have.
Yeah.
But then these other things are just like, exposition, I guess, if you want to call it that, and a bit of added difficulty.
Well, there are some cards that are pretty cool because they carry between each scenario, like the arm wrestling. Because if you win, it gets added on to the next time you use it, and then next time, and you can actually stack it up so you get like all the gold in one particular scenario. If you win it.
But speaking of carrying stuff on, I have a big issue with this game, and I've talked to you guys about it before.
Oh.
The fact that the equipment does not... now, I know some of it does, but the fact that not all equipment carries over challenge to challenge.
I'm fine with that, because I think at its heart, this game is a roguelike.
But like, to me, I just don't see the point then in trying to get the better weapons, because I never met an enemy that I struggled with the basic weapons. Like, I don't think I spent any money on any equipment in that game. It was
I never spent money on equipment, but like, I was always happy when I got a better weapon, because it just meant the combat would take less time.
I don't know, it really...
Because the combat sucks! Yeah, you're right, Nick. You're right.
it really... It's such a weird logic gap, though. Just like, I've never heard of any story or movie or game or film where like, the mystical sword of Ironheart. I've got this, and I've saved the princess, and I've slain the bad guy. But I don't need this anymore. Fuck it, let's just throw that away, and then I'll try find it again for my next adventure.
But it's just a roguelike thing. Like, think of Crypt of the Necrodancer. When you unlocked things in that, you weren't unlocking them to bring into the dungeon. You were unlocking them so you could find them in the dungeon.
But the thing about most roguelikes, which I understand, is like with most roguelikes, when you die, everything kind of goes, and that makes sense because that character is different from every other character that comes afterwards because they died. But in this one, you're the same guy or girl, and that to me just because these are technically, this is a bit toward settings, but these are technically memories or something of your character that you're playing.
You could just fob them off as an unreliable narrator then.
I think it's cheap. That's what I think.
That he's not actually remembering what he found on his adventures.
Then you're saying the entire game is a waste of time because it's completely unreliable.
I'm sure certain people...
it's a phony fortune teller. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about that? A phony fortune teller.
Mystery solved.
So you mentioned it there a bit. I do say one negative point I have is it's nice that there's enemy and weapon variety, but it all feels very inconsequential. They make it like a really big deal. It's like, oh, these bandits are like fast and quick. Make sure you use like a real fast weapon. You could just as easily take them out with like a fucking massive hammer.
Yeah. The only thing that changed, which I did like, was the special abilities. Yeah. They felt different.
And the weapon challenges.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like I'd like all the things they threw at you saying, oh, make sure you bring a fast weapon, make sure you bring a really heavy weapon. It was complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Every weapon took down every enemy just as fine as a different one.
Oh no, I think there is damage modifiers. Like there's a different color if you use the proper weapon. It's like yellow,
and
I think.
If you don't use a shield against northerners, you can't parry. or like
No,
counter.
Yeah, I don't think you can counter with any weapon
You
without a
need,
shield.
you need a shield, yeah. Well, you,
But-
can,
but
you
no-
can. You can do it with light weapons against thieves. Because it's just the Northerners hit too hard for you to do it in time.
For as big a deal as they made of it, I just felt like changing weapons was never something I felt like I needed to do.
Yeah, because it pops up literally every time you go into a fight with a northerner or a thief. Like, it pops up in the left-hand corner. Don't forget to change your weapon. You're like, no.
There is actually a weapon that does more damage to the Empire.
Is it a gun?
No,
'Cause
it's
that
it's a sword.
Because the rifleman really fucking pissed me
I think
off.
it was called Archer's Bane or something. It just did more damage to the Empire troops. and archers.
Batman! I'm here to be your bane!
God, that
Sorry.
happens.
Sorry, anytime I hear Bane, I just have to do the Bane voice.
Any other gameplay things before we move on?
Some of the card challenges are just like, there's no way you'd be able to figure them out.
Oh, yeah, I actually forgot to bring this up. Yeah, one of the issues, like, so there's stuff like, pick a card at least 4. Some say success, some say fail.
Yeah.
And we mentioned it before, like the swinging laser pendulum. The fact that some of those are literally pure skill really fucks me off.
Pure skill or pure... You said pure skill, is that what you
Sorry,
meant?
pure luck.
There we go, okay, yeah. Yes, I agree.
There is next to no way that shuffle pick one is anything but luck, and the dice is anything but luck.
I would say the dice, though. I agree with the card one. But with the dice one, I'd at least say there are ways in which you can make it easier because certain companions let you
Yeah.
re-roll dice and stuff. But yes, I agree with the card shuffling one.
Like, that's why I like the pendulum one, because it's pure skill.
See, the problem with the dice one is, at least on the strength challenge, it's like, oh, you can just get this guy to help you with the dice rolls to get loot. But if you bring him, you don't get a shield that prevents damage. And of course, you start in 10 health. So you bring the magician.
No, it really annoyed me that sometimes those just felt like pure luck.
Did anyone manage to get the token off the cartographer?
No, I didn't know how to do that. Did you have to, like, reveal so many areas?
Because I had revealed the entire zone and came across it, and it was the last card to flip, and I didn't get the token.
But I think you actually need to have, like, completed a certain number of cards.
Like, you would have to, like, say, like, for example, it'd have to be, like, that forest one. And you'd have to reveal the entire... Because, like, I think it's the biggest one, 'cause it's just a square of, like, 5x4 or something. And I think you have to, like, reveal all of those and then go to him.
No, I actually think you need to, like, get the best outcome on a certain number of cards on that map, rather than just find them.
I thought it was just reveal them. Because that's
No,
what it's judged by.
And that's the problem. You don't know unless you look it up.
Yeah.
Like, I can understand if it's a like, you feel the whatever, like one of the skill things or one of the dice rolls or whatever, but to straight up just here, oh, you've revealed so much, here's some gold, and then you walk away without knowing how the hell you get the token. Like, there's some of them that are way too obscure.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. But but I also feel like sometimes it's like the Thief in the Marketplace one. I got huge success. I was like, oh fuck yeah, I'll get this token. And then it's like, no, you have to do a dice challenge as well. It's like, that's not a huge success then.
Yeah.
If I still have to jump through another fucking hoop to get this token.
That whole thief thing was really annoying because it just led from one type of challenge to another.
Yeah.
The guys who created this clearly had never played fucking Dungeons and Dragons, had they? Otherwise they would know that a critical success means fucking critical success.
So, the setting. I really like the idea of, like, the setting of this game, that you are playing this crazy fucking Gambit motherfucker in a game. Like, these fucking flying cards everywhere.
Fucking get a paper cut.
Yeah. He's like Gambit 50 years in the future, when he can't be an X-Man anymore.
I think that the Hand of Fate, the deck master, game master, whatever he's called, is a cunt.
Why?
Because even when you whenever you succeed, he always says like, "Oh, very well done. Maybe there's hope for you yet," and stuff like this. And everything is just like, insulting you. But at the end of the day, he's asking for your help because I think just the whole point is someone has interfered with the game and the final challenge is fighting that guy. And like he's asking for your help but insulting you constantly through the fucking game.
I think he's the best part of this game. Because I think, like as Nick said, like the setting I think is really nice, and obviously he's a big part of it. And I actually just appreciate voice acting in video games. I don't care how even if it is terrible, it's just something to talk about. But like I think his voice acting was fine and everything, and like sure I'd like it for him to shut up sometimes, but I think him as a part of the presentation is actually really good.
Yeah, I thought he was one of the better points of the game, to be honest.
Speaking of the Deckmaster, he is much more standoffish in the first one because you're.
What do you mean much more? He is standoffish. I don't get how you dickheads like this son of a bitch.
You're actively playing against him in the first one. Like the whole point is you're like trying to win your life back essentially, and you've been locked into this game with him.
I like the look of the game. I think it actually kind of reminded me of Fable a bit. So I really like the look of it.
I like the look until you get to the combat.
I like Arcana because it reminds me of Persona. So there you go.
I like Arcana because it reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
Beyblade. Yeah. I will say beyond gameplay, there is not a lot to this game. It is very thin on everything else. Which is kind of why I wanted to get to the final section. Unless there's anything else anyone wants to bring up.
I answered the final section already, like.
So yeah, my thought behind this was, personally I think the worst part of this game is dealing with the combat and dealing with repeated cards quite a lot. Mm-hmm. Which is why I thought, could this actually work really well as, say, a like one-on-one card game, which there probably isn't a lot of out there.
I'm sure there's a card game of everything.
Yeah, I would say there's a lot of one-on-one card games now.
Yeah, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Duel Masters,
but like
Hearthstone.
No, but there is a lot of deck building competitive games. Like shit, I can't remember their names right now.
They are right there.
They are right there.
Magic, Duel Masters.
They're not.
Those are. I'm not counting games like that, Hans, where you're dueling someone.
But it is a one-on-one card game.
But I meant like you're actively building a deck.
Yeah, deck building one-on-one.
Yeah, because in my head this would almost be like a single-player talisman. Only someone, well, two-player talisman.
See, I think this would be better if it was like the card master and then a party. Because if you take it in turns to draw the event and put it down, and like there's a start and end point, and you can like go straight to the end point, but it's more difficult. You know, you draw from a harder deck, or you like wind round. You know, it could be done like that.
I think you could do it, but like card games like this are quite niche. Like, you know, because it's like there are board. It's essentially the same format as a board game. You know, people around the table playing it. I feel like it's quite niche, but you know how to get past that niche if you keep the combat in and have people fight each other. That right there is your selling point.
What you're suggesting?
But the combat sucks.
Is
not in real life. You incorporate that in the real life.
You are suggesting people engage in LARP?
Hand-to-hand combat, yeah.
It's that, or we'll be rolling dice again, Alex.
There are games already like that out there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like if you like, this game could work, but I feel like this game has been directly inspired by games that already use this format in real life.
I have a question for IY.
Hello.
You've been playing Slay the Spire.
Yes, it's a good game.
It is a deck builder, yeah.
It is a deck builder, yes.
Is it? Would you say it's similar to this? In a way.
Okay, so. Okay, wait. So this goes back to the point I made at the start, which is that in Slay the Spire, I am building a deck that has synergies with the deck. Okay. But in this game,
do you build up before you go in, or do you build it as you?
No, you build it as you go.
Ah, okay.
Right.
Okay, so
But in this game, you're building it not because of some cool synergies you're trying to make, but like synergies you're trying to make to beat the game.
yeah.
So
yeah,
the game plays you rather than the other way around
yeah.
in this game, in my opinion. While something like Slay the Spire, I'm trying to make this work against the enemy. But yeah, it's kind of hard to explain. But it's an interesting comparison. I'll give you that.
So you don't like the combat?
Combat sucks.
The combat, I find the combat really inconsistent and boring because I would dodge one thing and still get stabbed as I'm rolling.
Maybe that's just because your PC sucks.
No, it's not. It is not.
No, well, the point I wanted to say, if you replace the combat every time with one of the skill, quote-unquote, games, would you enjoy it more? Or would you just feel...
No, because those also suck.
Yeah, like they're both quite bad.
Do you know what okay, wait. Let me hit you up with this. Do you know what I want this to be?
Well,
A visual novel, that's it. Like, go all the way onto the side of this is about making decisions. And like a story. Because that's what Hans said earlier, was that there is a story, but stuff like dropping your weapons breaks the story.
Yeah.
And breaks the world. Which I think is a really strong point of the game, is this whole like, yeah, I'm sitting in this cabin or whatever, like, with this old man, as we're trying to piece together this story. Like, that's interesting. But the gameplay part is crap.
Do you know what might make it more interesting? Instead of giving you like a massive range of all the cards you've unlocked, is like give themed cards per scenario that you can choose from. Like say four of like 6 cards you can take, but they're all they're all directly linked to the scenario. Does that make sense?
Oh, that's interesting.
yeah.
Instead of having like, you know, a card that you get 6 scenarios down the line, you can use in the first scenario. You know, instead of using what is it? The bridges, like the bridge encounters, using them on the mountains, you know, in the middle of a blizzard.
Pies, tarts, and exotic lies.
Yeah. Burning buildings in a sewer. It's probably my best one.
A thief in a market in the middle of a plague town. That really fucking got me.
Did you just get the desert card? Where it turns out every other...
Where'd you get that in the middle of a forest?
Yeah. The desert card that turns every other free space into desert cards.
Like I said, these guys just kind of thought this is a really cool premise, let's roll with it, and didn't think they addressed the issues that came along with it.
So, here's a big question. What are the differences between the first and second game? Like what were they focusing on then? Like,
So-
what is important to them?
Apparently,
Each-
the combat's better.
I think the combat's worse. I think the combat in the first one was better.
When I was reading the reviews for this, it was like, oh, the combat's so much better this time around.
I disagree.
Let's go into the reviews right now.
So, well, yeah, you do that. I'll go through the other changes. So, the other thing was, obviously, each mission has its own unique objective in the second one. As I said before, the first one was just you work through these cards until you get to a final boss fight each time. And that's it. More variety of cards, more variety of weapons. All the first one had was just swords. That's really about it.
So is the first game still deck building?
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
exact same concept of this. There's no companions in the first one. But yeah, I think the combat is much more Batman-esque in the first one, which I preferred. Like it skews a lot closer to if I press a direction and the attack button, I will, no matter how far away he is, zoom over to the next enemy.
Okay, one other thing, right? Since you're talking about the companions, so to activate the companion ability, you have to walk up beside them near enough, and then press the R or L,
LB.
right, LB, right? But then it's like that's really clunky. Having to go up to my guy, press this button, and have them cast it. You know what's cooler? Giving me the abilities. Like, letting me have, like, a cool charge attack. Not like me walking up to my barbarian guy, clicking this button, I'd hope he charges in the right direction. Like,
What if the combat was turn-based? So that you had more direct control over your companion.
So you want, like, a tile-based
Yeah, like Final Fantasy
tactics?
Tactics.
Okay.
And then
Yes,
you could build a deck of different moves.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Add more decks to the game.
I'm just spitballing.
So I have an overworld deck and a combat deck?
Yes.
Okay, I'm interested, Nick. I'm interested.
And you yourself are a human deck.
Okay, you lost me.
And you've got a movement
An
deck.
anthropomorphic
And
deck.
you've got a food deck and a gold deck.
This is kind of quickly turning into that Kingdom Hearts game on the DS.
Wait,
And a dick deck.
wait. And if I have dice that correspond with the faces of
No,
those things?
you don't have dice. You have a deck that works as your dice. It's just 6 cards with numbers on them, and you draw one.
And then you put them together. You put your dice in your deck together, and you get Dungeon Dice monsters.
Yeah, that's what we get at. So, and then I get my dice, and then I dimension the dice onto the board. Guys, we figured it out.
So I think this is a perfectly average game. I literally think this game is bang fucking average in like near enough every way. I would not recommend this game, but I also wouldn't recommend this game.
Nick, you might as well just been like, I could have not played this game and reviewed it anyway.
I can't in good conscience say I think this is a game people should buy, but I also can't think, why wouldn't you buy this game?
Jesus Christ. You've wasted 2 months of your life playing.
Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is like? This is like Gauntlet. It's perfect. It's a perfectly like.
Hang on a minute. I do not want my game choice compared.
But is it not perfectly meh?
Yeah, it is perfectly met in like every way. Hans,
I think I'm a bit more positive than you. I think it's fine. I think the combat isn't as offensive as I thinks. I think it's a perfectly playable game, almost enjoyable, but it's far too long and needs more randomness in it.
needs more Cronus.
More randomness, but you got your dice.
Hans,
And-
do you know what this game doesn't need? Is more randomness.
Alex?
Randomness isn't the right word, but I can't think of the right word right now.
More dynamicness.
No, it needs more. It's too repeatable. You see the same cards too many times. More variety. It needs more variety. That's the word.
Alex?
Did you not say the game was too long though, and that there is like a shitload of stuff in it?
Yeah, too long. Variety does not need to add to the length.
Yeah, it could
No.
feel long because you're doing the same thing over and
I know,
over
but
again.
did Hans not say that there was like a shitload of cards?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, I always got the same fucking cards. That's the problem.
No, that's your fault for picking the same cards.
I didn't pick the same cards.
Alex?
My review is very insightful. This is a game that you could buy, or you might not buy.
Is that it?
Yep.
Okay.
Look, we've already talked about it at length. It's as meh as Gauntlet. Go watch that video.
I refuse to accept that.
Go watch that video.
It's slightly
you know
better
what?
than Gauntlet.
Do you know what else was in Gauntlet that we've also done in this episode? Beyblade.
You're right.
It all ties together.
Look, if I wanted to play a game where the only thing, where like, yeah, like the only thing I like about this game is the setting, right? And like I kind of like, get into like the tarot card stuff. I love the art on the cards. I think that's
Yeah,
really cool.
you're right, I You might as well watch a screensaver.
But you know what? If I want tarots and stuff looking cool, go play Persona 5, guys.
I agree.
Also,
Hans Davis, Game of the Year 2017.
Also-
These two completely different games. Go play the insanely better one.
hey man. I'm just saying, like, the only thing I liked about this is like the artwork and stuff, and like the tarot theme of fortune telling.
That's like me saying, if you like tarot cards, go watch season 2 of GX.
We've done a lot of anime this episode.
Or not
Beyblade,
enough.
Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Persona.
Also, watch some GX, guys. As the king of games,
So, all in all, a mixed bag.
mostly negative. I'm gonna say mostly negative.
Mostly negative.
Alright, Mr. Steam Review.
It's not mostly negative on
It's-
Steam Review.
Yeah, it's mostly positive.
positive.
Yeah,
Jesus.
fucking hell. PC Master Race doesn't know what a fucking wants.
Guys, do we have bad taste in games?
No, Alex has bad taste in games.
What are you talking about? I've only
Yeah,
had
it's just single player Gauntlet.
I've only had 2 misses.
Oh,
That cannot
The
be.
sickest of burns.
Alex is going to huff and not show up for the next recording now if we keep comparing this to Gauntlet.
You know what? At least in Gauntlet, we had a good crack laughing at each other.
Yeah, can't even do that.
This one, I had to suffer a low.
Was Amy not there? Did you not have her watch you?
No,
Could she not bear to
No,
watch it?
even she has better taste.
I don't know. Look who she's dating.
Oh! Fuck you, Hans.
And on that bombshell. Before we go, it is time to be enlightened by Mr. Hans Davis, and for him to let us know what we are playing in February. Hans, take it away.
Gentlemen,
Hoonie Pop?
no. But you're close.
Oh god.
Oh my god, I was
Top
right.
Studio?
No. You're less close.
Right.
Had a full boyfriend.
No. You're close. Gentlemen, it is February. The month of love. And for February, we shall be playing. Released! The 20th July 2017. We're playing Dream Daddy, a dad dating simulator.
What?
I've not heard about this, Alex.
No.
It's made some waves. It's apparently it is genuinely good.
The reason I picked it was because it was made and developed by the Game Grumps, which was actually one of the things that inspired us, me and Nick, to do Bash Bros.
I thought you were going to say, for me and Nick, to do Game Grumps.
No, the Game Grumps is pretty much what we based this kind of start of Bash Bros on. Like 15-minute Let's Play, 10-15-minute Let's Play videos. And then Bash Bros has now become what it is today, which is less shit.
I have to say, I like that last sentence. Are you ready? Hi, ready. I'm Dad.
So many... Alex, you'll love this game.
It's
So
gonna
many
just be
dad
full of
puns.
dad jokes.
Yeah, so many dad puns, like to the point where it made us uncomfortable.
Multiple
Yes.
endings per dad. Oh,
Yes,
God.
so join us in February where we will be playing Dream Daddy, a dad dating simulator. But for now, it is a goodbye from Hans,
Have a good one.
a goodbye from Alex,
Bye.
a goodbye from IY,
I'll be more positive next game.
and a
You better be, or
goodbye-
you'd be considered homophobic.
Jesus.
and a goodbye from me. Damn dog! You really backed us into a corner.
Yes, it's going to be the top of the list, and you can't not do it. Otherwise, you'll be homophobes.
God damn it, Hans.
Yes.
See you next time.